and 12. A shotgun handoff now. Foster. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw on third down. Love. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pre-game. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 3. H3, 218, chopper.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On third and short to give to the tight end. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. Set 94.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Carr. Wide open receiver complete. All the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun. Love into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. In for the score. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The rookie first-rounder Jonathan Abram there to knock it away. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Carr. It's Williams on the catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And to give this time to the tailback. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 8.
Express 93.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? find those guys and get in that direction.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Looking to throw. Love over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And now it's second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll get 9 yards on the keeper there, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And able to find John Brown. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Greystone trap, Greystone trap. Now.
They'll look to run with Singletary. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
5-6-4, we. Hey, turn it up, Delta. Let's go.
2nd and 3. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando Ellis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the...
All the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Got an open man, it's Foster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. Dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Love. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Bravo!
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now it's caught at the 6-yard line. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this 2nd quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the 2nd half is now underway. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 25. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, winding that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. From the gun, low. And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. He's got a man, complete. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. A first down carry for Foster. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of...
And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Operating from the gun. Love. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Hey, wahoo! Check. Express. Check. 42's the mic. 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ed Oliver in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
A 55-yard attempt. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Raiders 49.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go right back to Singletary. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Back to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, Looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. On fourth down, Love escaping the pressure right. Going up top for Miller. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position.
Monday, down. 93. 185. Nice 42. Nice 42. Hey, Echo.
Now a play fake here on first down. That is caught at the 7. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr as his guys continue to pour it on. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11. At the 40-yard line.
Hey, what's the ball?
Looking to throw on second down. Love. Open man, here's Foster. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Bills on third down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Love. Completes it to Miller. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On first down, Love. Throw outside, complete to Foster. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
61. That's Fox.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Love. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, nice set.
Carr going to throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now they try the right side here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now a handoff looking right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there, because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 1st and 10, Love. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Man, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Express. Kill. Ain't no way. Kill. Turn up. Here we go. 42. Mike 42.
Carr going to look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Raiders, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.